What up guys, Winifred Bruja here, and today I'm back with one enthusiastic Strego, and today we are going to film the Yin and Yang episode 2. So we had first come first serve questions, so we have 3 questions that we're going to answer per the blog post that I put up on the YouTube channel. It's going to be physical connections and finding authenticity in your partner. So that's the first question. It's like a combo joint question thing. So we were discussing earlier that these 2 questions back to back are somewhat similar, so we might not dive into complete depth of possibly what you might have wanted to hear because they are very similar, so we're probably going to say the same thing, so we're probably going to keep that part kind of short.
Looking at question 1 and 2, talking about physical connection and healing from a breakup, it kind of goes hand in hand. Find that right person for you is just, it could take as long as it needs, whether it's really short or really long, but don't force it. That's the key. Just feel it. It's intuition. Everything you know and everything you connect, whether it's a partner or your passions of hobbies, it's a connection. And if you don't have a connection, then it's not probably the right thing to do. But you don't force the connection. Just let it happen. And that best friend will become your connection to, and they'll become your right partner, but don't force it.
Yeah, that's true. And basically, that's all you really need to know. It's an intuition-based thing, like we both discussed when we were looking at these questions prior to making this video. This is something you feel, you don't rush into. Usually your intuition will never steer you wrong, so just listen to that and you should be on the right track.
Usually when you're cutting corners and trying to find that right person is because you feel like there's a void you need to feel, or you're following what society tells you what you should feel. It's not about feeling it like a cup filling the glass full. It's about feeling it with your connection, and take whatever time it needs. But just be with yourself and enjoy life until it happens the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, don't rush into it. Don't ever rush into anything that has to do with a physical connection within a partner. That's the worst thing you could ever do. Making a friend fast, sure, that's fine. You don't have to keep that friend with you forever. When you start bonding with this person and eloping with this person and you intertwine your guys' well-being together, then that becomes a bigger deal than just making a friend and being, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Partnership is a completely different story and it needs to be taken seriously, so don't rush into anything. You can't get rid of that right off the bat. You might end up in something you don't want to be in.
It could take 10, 20 years. Nobody wants to hear that.
No.
But if it's the right person, it didn't take that long because you haven't been enjoying that entire time together. Everybody skips to some of those things that are supposed to happen in a relationship. But truly deeper, you find deeper part of your relationship that doesn't have to do with the one subject that everybody feels a relationship should have. You just have to have that connection, and then that 10 years, 15 years actually goes together really well, and you didn't really stress or get frustrated because you weren't getting some things out of it.
That's exactly right. So long story short, don't rush any of that stuff. You don't need to feel it out.
Follow your intuition.
Since we joined those 2 questions together, basically we're going to move on to the last one, which was couples witchcraft practices. So basically anything that you would normally do solitary, you can do with a partner. It's not hard to do based off of what your partner likes and what kind of energy that they bring out in you or together or as a collective. So focus on rituals or spell work that you both can do together in that sort of sense, that you share the same energy with. Not something that your partner completely hates, because that's not going to work. You need to be on the same side with this. With that said, there's a lot of different things. Simple things like protection magic. A lot of people like to rush into sex magic, which isn't something you should do. First off, you should know your partner well enough before you start doing that sort of magic, because that's more binding. It's something that'll follow you around even if you guys happen to not be together. Or you can do kitchen magic together, which is really great to do, especially if someone is like learning how to cook, and then you can teach them how to do it with intent, so that like opens up a whole new world for them.
Which kind of just opens your relationship to see what direction you're going, because everybody rushes to that strongest connection possible, and you're actually just forcing things, which actually causes more conflict than good. So if you just focus on kind of the beginning practices in passion together of this simple stuff, that even if your relationship in that direction doesn't work, you guys can still end up being really good friends. It's where everything goes wrong is when you're trying to force something more. The other person feels the pressure. So really, it's, you know, start with the beginning practices of magic, as she said, that, you know, and then you'll just start to develop connections, want to hang out more, do more passion practices together of witchcraft, and then you just kind of keep growing from there.
Answered the 3 questions. Hopefully that was a good enough answer for you. We didn't really go in too much depth because we felt like it would have been too repetitive at the end of the day. But if there's any more questions or more detailed answers that you would like, feel free to email me or DM me through Instagram, or just place it in the comments below.
If you want to reach out to me, I am one enthusiastic strago.
So feel free to reach out to him. And until next time, I will post another blog post asking for more questions that you guys would want to have answered, and I will see you in episode 3.
Give us more questions, we'll answer them. Come on, let's keep this ball rolling. Have a great night, all you lovely people out there.